oh, what books are missing from the shelves? No one will ever know what we're talking about today. See all those scratches on my hands? Not really. This is what happens when your sister gets kittens. Great! Oh, hello everybody! Welcome back, I think. Yeah. Still don't know how to start these things, bear with me. Today, we are going to be talking about a very popular book talk series. It is a series that I love very much and hold very near and dear to my heart. We're talking about Called of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. I love this series so much, I could talk about it forever. Honestly, I will. I'm going to talk about it forever. As I said in my last video, I am reading Throne of Glass currently by Sarah J Maas. I am on Tower of Dawn now. Took me forever to get through Empire of Storms because I got sad things happened in real life and that caused me to not be able to read. But we finished it, now we're on Tower of Dawn. And just, ugh. Why? I just want to read Kingdom of Ash, but no, I have to read Tower of Dawn. Not any hate towards like the storyline, even though I'm not really looking forward to it, because I don't really care that much, but I feel like by the end I'm gonna love it. Why are the chapters so long? That is just making me dread reading it. Like, that's what's making me dread reading it the most. As I said in my last video, got my therapist into A Called of Thorns and Roses. I told her that I mentioned her in my last video and she was very stoked. Before I get into anything, I'm just gonna put a big old spoiler warning here. If you have not read the series and you want to, or you're in the middle of reading the series, do not watch this video because there are gonna be a bunch of spoilers. So you have been warned. Tread carefully is all I'm gonna say. It's not my fault if you get spoiled from this. I've warned you. I'm warning you. Now, if you are looking for a review that is very sophisticated and is very like descriptive about like writing styles and like things like that, this is not the video for you, okay? This is gonna be very messy and very chaotic, and because that's just how my brain works. I went into this series thinking it was all smart because that's what I was told. And also going from Court of the Vampire Queen to A Court of Thorns and Roses, I struggled getting into it simply because it wasn't what I was expecting when going into it. But once I got into it, I loved it. I got more into this book like halfway through it. It was just very like nice and cozy with Feyre like doing her paintings and going around the garden and all that schnazziness. Is that a word? Now, I will also say I did not go into this series blind. I very much got spoiled on TikTok all the time because I would interact with the post. It was my fault. I would interact with the posts and then get spoiled. I didn't know the full storyline, but I knew like the basics of what happened. So like I knew she didn't end up with Tamlin from the beginning. I never fell in love with Tamlin. Even if I didn't get spoiled and didn't know that she ends up with Rhysand. I'm just gonna say Rhys because that way I won't mess it up. I just wasn't getting the vibe with Tamlin, you know? You probably don't know. A lot of people fell in love with Tamlin and then they read A Court of Mist and Fury and then were like, hell no. For me, obviously I knew they don't stay together. And I just wasn't that into him. Okay, I thought it was pretty boring. You bore me, buddy, okay? Just saying. This book does more so get interesting within like the last couple 100 pages-ish. Don't quote me on that, okay? Now, my favorite book in the series was A Court of Mist and Fury. A lot of people love A Court of Mist and Fury as their favorite, and a lot of people love A Court of Wings and Ruin. A lot of people also love A Court of Silver Flames. But like, a lot of people choose usually between these two as their favorite. This is my favorite. I'm sorry, I get why people love A Court of Wings and Ruin. I get it, okay? I understand you. I see where you're coming from. However, chapter 54 has a hold on me, okay? It has an absolute grip and I do not want it to let go. A lot of people are like, oh, chapter 55, chapter 55. Chapter 54 is the way to go, okay? Yes, chapter 55. Love chapter 55. But the confession in chapter 54, just Reese telling Feyre all those things, like, mwah, loved it. 10 out of 10. I just also love how Reese is so sassy. Love me my sassy men, okay? We need more sassy men. Who cares about these tough, you touch her, you die men? No. Sassy men is the way to go. I mean, he's still technically like touch you, you die kind of thing, but like it's more like she'll kill you kind of thing, you know? Now, a lot of people loved Tamlin from the first book and then hated him at the end of this book. So did I. I don't necessarily hate Tamlin anymore. I did by the end of this book, not gonna lie. And a lot of people hate him because of the way he treated Feyre after Under the Mountain. I get why Tamlin did what he did. How he treated Feyre after Under the Mountain. I understand it. He was just trying to protect someone that he loved and didn't want to lose them again. Does that justify his actions and completely invalidate Feyre's feelings about it? No. No. However, by the end of the book, when he kidnaps her sisters, dude, you expecting her to go home with you after all that he pulled? No, she's not gonna. I'm sorry, this book is just too, like, funny. It has too many both wholesome and, like, hilarious moments in it for me, for it not to be my favorite, okay? For me, favorite books go Court of Mist and Fury, Court of Wings and Ruins, A Court of Frost and Starlight, okay, A Court of Silver Flames, and then A Court of Thorns and Roses. Favorite to least favorite. Doesn't mean I hate this book, but it's just my least favorite out of the lot, you know? A lot of people really love A Court of Silver Flames. I don't really care about it that much. Loved it, glad that I read it. Absolutely loved it. But I don't care that much about it, you know? I mainly cared about Feyre and Reese. Didn't really care about anyone else, okay? Sue me. Court of Wings and Ruin. Loved. I'm just gonna be, I loved every single one of these books, okay? You're gonna be hearing me say that in every single one. The only other thing that I would want more of from this book is I wanted to see Feyre on the battlefield more. I think it was the start of this book or in that book when they went to go and help out the Summer Court when they got invaded. I wanted to see more of Feyre's powers and Feyre fighting. And we didn't really get to see Feyre fight in the war. We just got to see her on the sidelines and then like swoop in at the end, which I didn't really like. Like, I get why they did that, but like I wanted to see more of her on the battlefield because she would have been an absolute badass, okay? She would have been an absolute badass. Other than that, I thought this book was great. There were a couple plot twists, I think, in this book. I don't know. I read this a while ago. I don't exactly have a great memory. The memory of a fly trying to get out a window. Also, the High Lord meeting. Tamlin rocking up to the High Lord meeting with his little bitchiness. First of all, queen. It was quite annoying with some of the things he was saying. However, he did make some good points. In his brain, Feyre, like, left him because, like, she wanted to be High Lady when that wasn't really the case. She was just confused. However, the slut-shaming Tamlin. Excuse me, sir. Did you or did you not go and some random people in the woods by a fire in a cave to grow some crops or some crap like that? Did you or did you not? And you liked Feyre at the time. You liked her. The slut-shaming is the call is coming from inside the house, Tamlin, okay? Also, another thing that I didn't like in this book was when Reese and Feyre are getting all like hot and bothered in the library. They didn't do anything, but like there's a bunch of priestesses down there that have trauma surrounding that same thing that you're doing. You literally the library is literally there as a safe haven for them, and you're gonna get all hot and bothered down there. That I didn't like. And as I was reading it, I was like, damn. But then like afterwards, I was like, hold on a second. Court of Frost and Starlight. I thought this book was so cute. Like, I know that it was about them recovering from war, PTSD, you know, their trauma. Some moments were very cute, very funny, and I loved it. Didn't particularly like the ending of this book though, when they were trying for a baby. No, I mean, like, the scene was wonderful, except for that one part where like she sent the image of Nyx. I just realized I have the same name as the baby. Great, I'm freaking Reese and Farrah's love child apparently. I think that Farrah should have waited to have the baby with Reese, because she was 20, man. 20, 21, she was 20 years old and having a baby with Reese. I think they should have waited. They should have waited. She didn't have time to live her life before a baby. She should have. She had thousands of years. She's Fae, okay? I get if she had a human lifespan, like even then I'd still recommend waiting a bit, but she was a Fae. She's Fae. She could have waited, okay? I didn't like that the pregnancy trope was brought in right then and there, you know? Other than that, I thought this book was really adorable. Besides, you know, Nesta being sad, this book was very light and fluffy to me. I'm probably like forgetting a bunch of really sad stuff that happened in this book, but I'm gonna ignore that. Then we have A Court of Silver Flames. A lot of people really love this book because a lot of people love Cassian. I do too, just not in the way that you do. Now, well, I guess it's in these two books, I would say. A lot of people were all ignoring Nesta's clear signs of PTSD, 100%. And we're like, she's just being a bitch. She was struggling. No one was seeing that, I think. In some moments, she was actually being a bit of a bitch when she didn't need to be. Like how she was nasty to Elaine for wanting to help. Sorry, you babied her for years and now you're gonna be a bitch for that? There's no need for that, honey. I did love Nesta's character development. However, still didn't like the way she necessarily treated Farrah, and how she, in her mind, Farrah got everything she wanted, and how in her mind, Farrah was the favorite and Farrah's the most important. Farrah. I'm sorry, did she or did she not go hunting for you all the time in the freezing cold to get you food while you complained? Did she or did she not? When she was what? How old was she? 19? 18, 19? How old was she? Like, I get Nesta had her own trauma and that was her way of dealing with it. Is that a good thing? No. But that's just how she dealt with it. Like, I'm glad she found her own little friend group with Gwen and I forgot how to say the other girl's name. What was her name? Emery? This is why I don't talk about fantasy books, because I can't pronounce names to save my life. Loved how they had their little friend group and like it brought Nesta out of her shell, helped her with her trauma, and like just it was good for her, you know? The only thing is, if I was like, I feel like Farrah and Elaine kind of got like swept aside, even though like they were her sisters and they cared for her and loved her. And like she kind of found this other family to like fall with, even though her family is right there trying to help her. I don't know, like yes and no with that, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. It does to me. I don't think it makes sense to anyone else, but like. But I'm glad it helped her with her trauma, 100%. Also, can I live in the House of Wind and get free books like that? Please? Take me to Phalaris. Please, take me. I would love a bunch of free books. Take me there. Let's go. Give me free books. I feel like that's all I'm gonna say for this video, because I feel like if I keep talking and go into very in-depth, very specific events that happened, I'm gonna be talking forever, and then I'm gonna cry. Because I will. I know I will. I love this series so much, and I'm so very glad that I read it. Oh my god, is it beautiful? I just feel sorry for my friend that like had to listen to everything I was saying when I was reading this series. She had no idea what was going on, but she put up with me. Thanks for that, Jill. I love it so much in a way that I can't put it into words. I think about it daily. Almost cry about it daily, but no, I'm too busy crying about Throne of Glass back there, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching me ramble on about a popular book series. If you even made this far. Not gonna be shocked if you didn't. Let me know if there are any other series that you would like me to give you my thoughts on, or if there are any other books you want me to read, any kind of videos you want me to make. Just suggestions, you know, because I don't know what I'm doing or what I want to do. I just know I wanted to do this and my last video. Don't know what I'm gonna do from here on out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this. See you next time, I guess.